What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping in to this video where I give my picks for the top 10 worst films of 2024. Last Monday, I posted my picks for the top 10 best films of 2024, and that's up now. You can go check it out. And I had to muster the courage to talk about these films and think about them again because there is a lot of trash that came out this year. I have 9 dishonorable mentions. For the best of the year, I had like 5 honorable mentions. A lot of great movies, but I had 5 honorable mentions. Here I have 9 dishonorable mentions and then the rest. So, yeah, without further ado, I put them in alphabetical order. Now, keep in mind, if your list is different, that's okay. But comment down below, I'd like to hear it. So, the 9 dishonorable mentions in alphabetical order are A Family Affair, Afraid, Arcadian, Borderlands, Drive Away Dolls, Mean Girls, Night Swim, Tarot, and The Watchers. I'd planned to never watch any of those films again, and now I plan to never watch any of these films again that I'm about to mention. And number 10 may surprise some of you, but it surprised me how bad it was and how much I hated it. It's Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. I didn't find this movie fun. I didn't find it entertaining. I thought that it was so just cartoony. You know, the seriousness of that original Godzilla film that came out in 2014 is gone, completely gone. And now you have, Kong riding on Godzilla's back, going into battle. You have Rebecca Hall just telling you the plot and everything you need to know about the plot and describing everything that's going on so you understand it. She's basically the narrator of the film. And the little girl, what they decided to do with that whole story, I was not a fan of this movie. And hopefully the next one, I mean, they're going in such a direction that I'm just not interested anymore. So that's my number 10. Number 9, it's a bad one. It's The Strangers Chapter 1. And you have Chapter 2 coming out this year. And, I watched that original Strangers movie with Liv Tyler. I liked it. I think it kind of falls apart, and the ending kind of ends on kind of a whimper. But this movie starts and continues and ends on a whimper. These two, the couple in this film, are some of the most idiotic people ever written in movies. And now we've got to watch another movie with this woman. So the movie was not scary. It was funny. This was one of the best comedies of the year. So that's number 9. Number 8 is a movie that disappointed me so much. It's Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Look, I think Afterlife is right up there with the best Ghostbusters movie. That and the original, I think, are the best. Afterlife might even be my favorite Ghostbusters movie. That movie has so much heart. This sequel is so overwritten. There's too many characters. The story is just not as good. The continuation is not interesting. And the whole movie just feels terrible. I mean, I was watching it like, wow, this is just, I don't know. It was just like really bad, terribly written, and just, I was not a fan of it at all. So if they're going to do another one, I just hope it's more on the lines of Afterlife. So number 7 might surprise some of you. I know a lot of people liked this movie, but I didn't. I hated it. It's Speak No Evil, the James McAvoy film. Look, I saw the original Danish film before I watched this, and that's a great movie. This film is basically a carbon copy of that with worse acting. And then the third act, they decide to change it to make it more suitable for a general audience, I guess. And I just thought it was cliched, bad, poorly written. The original is better. This movie is just, it doesn't hold a candle to it. And if you're kind of shocked about this and you liked this movie, check out that original 2022 Danish film and then come back and give me your thoughts. And number 6, I was surprised just how despicable Despicable Me 4 was. There's another Minions movie coming out, which I guess I'm okay with because the Minions 2 was not bad. But this film, the Despicable Me franchise, is out of gas. They are doing whatever they can, and the movie was so successful, people are going to go see it because they love the franchise and they love the Minions, but they're going to come out like, what was the plot of this? And like, what was this? What was the point? You have super minions or mega minions, whatever they're called. They are trying to do anything they can to breathe life into this franchise, but it's not working. But it is at the box office, unfortunately. So that's all they really care about is the numbers. So you're probably going to get another one. I don't know. I didn't care for it. I thought it was terrible. I thought this movie was terrible. So now we're at the top 5. Number 5 is In a Violent Nature. This is a Friday the 13th ripoff that's like a first-person killer type thing. They try to interject a little bit of story into it, but that's really just 5 minutes of this film. The rest of it is just really boring, really dull. The kills didn't excite me or interest me. There's a yoga kill, which I thought was cool, but I mean, the girl should have ran. I mean, she just kind of stood there and taken it, so it was really ridiculous. But there's a sequel coming out, so I guess we should all get excited for that, right? Number 4, a film that I can't imagine there's going to be a sequel to. I can't imagine that there's going to be anything to do with this movie ever again. It's Argylle, directed by Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn should be ashamed of himself with this film, because he is just doing whatever he wants to do. He is such a... the filmmaking here feels so in your face and too much, over the top. By the end of it, I was like wanting to claw my eyes out. He does a Kingsman reference at the end of the movie. I mean, it's like, dude, I don't think anybody cares about Kingsman as much as you do. So just take it easy and relax and check yourself. Argylle is a disgrace and is a terrible movie. Number 3 might not surprise some of you, but number 3 is actually 2 movies. I cheated. And it's 2 movies from the same studio that, you know, should be ashamed of themselves for what they put out this year. They put out 3 movies. One of them, I don't think was good, but not as half bad as these other 2. Can you guess it? It's Madam Web and Kraven the Hunter. These 2 films by Sony just prove that they don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, and thank God they're stopping. You know, there's the reports that came out that Kraven's going to be the last movie in this Sony live-action anti-hero Spider-Verse series, whatever it's called. It's over now. You've had a series of disappointments. I don't think there's really a good movie in the bunch. Even though the first Venom, I would say, is like a guilty pleasure film, I don't think the film's all that good. And that's the best of the bunch. It just kind of goes downhill from there. And Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web are just terrible films with terrible acting, terrible writing. Just no care, extremely dull, and laughable. So, yeah, that's number 3. Number 2 is the trashiest movie of the year. This movie felt like I was on dope, and that's The Crow. This was a disgrace. After watching the original Crow before this, seeing this, you know, it's a slap in the face to that original film. It is just trashy. The movie feels like it was made in a dumpster. If anybody bought this movie on physical media, I bet you it has a weird smell to it. I mean, I just can't believe how just bad this movie was and just overly terrible it was. I don't know. I'm trying to remember it to give you more comments, but I have a review up. So go ahead, check the King's Corner playlist for the review. But yeah, I mean, The Crow is just terrible. But number 1, the worst movie of the year, is a movie that, you know, this series sort of went from hero to zero. 2019, the original film was my favorite movie of the year, and now, with my least favorite film of 2024, it's Joker, Folly Adieu, or as many people say, Folly Adoo-Doo. This movie, in the words of the great Roger Ebert,
I'm at a loss. I can't deny the artistry and talent of the movie, and I can't say that I liked it at all. I guess I have to vote thumbs down, but at the same time with a footnote that I admire what he did, and I hate it.
Okay. The musical numbers don't work. It's overly long. The story is just terrible. What they decided to do with Arthur Fleck and the progression of the story in this, they don't take it forward, they take it backwards. And it was just a shame, a dumpster fire of a film that, if you guys saw this movie, you know the scene where Arthur Fleck is dragged into the bathroom by the cops. You know what happens next. I felt like Arthur Fleck in that scene throughout this entire movie. I was just so disappointed in this film. I mean, I can't believe it. He went from winning an Oscar for that original movie to whatever this was. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't. I don't, yeah. So that's it. That's it. That's my picks for the top 10 worst movies of 2024, guys. Comment down below what's some of your least favorite films of the year. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of reviews coming in the future. And we're checking out Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. Going to be doing a review for that. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. I have to see Sing Sing, September 5, Nickel Boys, all these films that are getting Oscar attention. I'm really looking forward to seeing. Also, I just posted a review for Baby Girl. That's up on the channel now. Nicole Kidman didn't win that Golden Globe last night, but that review's up now. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72, and Instagram and TikTok at King of Rises 131. That's about it for me. Thank you so much for watching my picks for the top 10 worst films of 2024. And until next time, over and out.